It was the manifestation of youth. It was fast, it was loud, it was angry, it was unpredictable. That's what kids were. Like, we were just kids going wild, you know, and I feel like the music perfectly represented that.
Rock and roll was at the time being co-opted by a political industrial complex of corrupt performers and evil manager owners who were going to create whatever they thought was the best product for them. I didn't make a complete break with the music that was going on now. I wasn't ever going to make it as a musician. So we had to stop what was going on and make up something new.
O som minimalista e feroz dos estúdios e as performances de hip hop à frente da banda, de fato eram uma revolução na música.
It did make a statement that we weren't like the other bands.
I think that the Stooges reinvented music as you know it. If I say that the Stooges music is .0.
Iggy Pop is considered to be the originator of what is called punk rock today.
I think I helped wipe out the 60s.
Outra importante influência para o começo do punk rock foram os New York Dolls, que surgiram em 1971.
So here comes this band which has absolutely no interest in that entire way of seeing the world. It's rural quality, it's melodic quality. It is melodic, but it's harsh at the same time, and that's exactly what they want it to be. It was ahead of its time. Simple as that.
Estar tão à frente de seu tempo cobrou um preço. O New York Dolls, assim como os Stooges, tiveram uma carreira breve. Em 1973, Hilly Crystal abriu o CBGB's em Nova York, um bar onde qualquer banda que tivesse composições originais poderia tocar.
It was just extraordinary, the fact that a few bars, a few clubs opened their doors and said, we're going to let you guys, anybody who comes in here who has something to say, some original music, we're going to let you play. Bands came out of the woodwork. They were everywhere. They were coming from out of state. They were coming from all the neighborhoods of New York. Nobody knew they were there. Nobody knew that there were bands there. It's not like they were there hanging around waiting to play. They came out because there was somewhere to play.
Artistas tão diferentes entre si como Dead Boys, Pat Smith, Talking Heads e Television começaram suas carreiras tocando no CBGB's. Assim como eles, quem também começou por lá foram
The Ramones knew each other, not because they liked each other, because they were the only four people at their school who liked the Stooges.
So we found CBGB's, like it was just a bum bar on the Bowery, and nobody was playing, but like we saw that it could become a scene. Like we wanted to develop it, make it something, you know. So we started playing for Hilly and the Dog, and eventually got up to like 700 people a night, and
let's go! Let's go!
Foi o som dos Ramones quem definiu o que era o punk rock.
It's very high energy, raw, you know, kind of music, I guess.
Played with a lot of aggressive energy. It's like music that reflects street culture, I guess.
July 4th, 1976, we went over to England. We played this place called the Roundhouse. You know, during the sound check that day, all these kids came over to us and told us how we were responsible for turning them on, basically, for them to go out and form their own bands.
But everyone formed a band, you know. They kick-started the whole thing in a big way.
Inspiradas no som que vinha de Nova York, em 1976 começaram a surgir as bandas punks inglesas, os Buzzcocks, Damned, Clash e Sex Pistols. Na noite do aniversário da coroação da Rainha da Inglaterra, os Sex Pistols, navegando pelo Tâmisa, lançam seu maior sucesso e sua música mais controversa, God Save the Queen.
I, at that point, realized that God Save the Queen was going to be a massive record. Even though it wasn't being played on the radio, even though you couldn't see the group play, enough records were being sold to make it number one. But the number one, for the first time in the history of the record industry, was a black mark, because they refused to print the name of the Sex Pistols instead of the name God Save the Queen.
Acontece então uma verdadeira explosão do punk na Inglaterra. Bandas eram formadas, discos eram lançados. Começa também o sensacionalismo da imprensa, centrado principalmente na figura de Sid Vicious, baixista dos Sex Pistols. Em janeiro de 1978, os Sex Pistols fazem seu último show. Em outubro do mesmo ano, Sid Vicious é preso, acusado de matar a namorada a facadas em Nova York. Para a imprensa e para a grande indústria musical, o punk era uma onda que havia passado. No final dos anos 70 e começo dos anos 80, Inglaterra e Estados Unidos passavam por um período de recessão e conservadorismo.
And so the whole country goes into this really puerile 50s fantasy where they're dressing in these cardigan sweaters and we were just like, fuck you, not us. You know, you can take that and shove it up your ass.
But punk rock at that time was becoming more associated with just the Sex Pistols and Sid Vicious. So we really were trying to carve out our own place. So we said, no, we're hardcore punk.
Variação mais rápida e agressiva da música punk, o hardcore tem como marca a independência total em relação à indústria musical.
The record industry is all about getting big, getting coke, getting girls, right? And fuck everybody else. And because our position was, we're against that. We're the opposite of that.
You know what I'm saying? So none of these bands ever thought, I'm going to be on the radio. No, you're not. So why even think like that? You're not accepted. They're not going to play you. You're just doing this for the fun of it.
Se o hardcore não tinha qualquer ligação com a indústria musical ou com a imprensa especializada, as bandas lançavam seus próprios discos e organizavam seus próprios shows.
If there's something you want to create that does not exist, do it yourself.
You were in charge of everything. You know, putting on gigs, putting out zines. It was more than just a look on stage.
Bands are starting to network. In the Black Flag days, you stayed on a series of floors. No, there's no hotel, no money for a hotel. We always had friends everywhere.
As redes de bandas, públicos, publicações e gravações independentes espalhavam o punk rock e a cena musical pelos Estados Unidos, pela Europa e pelo mundo. Foi nessa época que o punk chegou ao Brasil.
Chegou muita coisa distorcida no Brasil e o punk seguiu uma boa parte dessa informação, como ganguismo e violência, se cortar a corrente.
O Johnny Rotten apareceu com aquela camisa Destrói, mas eu achava que era legal, destrói, bom, então é para destruir. Mas até chegar a informação que destrói o nazifascismo, nós já tínhamos destruído uma parte de lixo, uma parte de bagulho, sabe?
Mas eu acho que isso foi só um início para dar a deixa para o verdadeiro início do que foi realmente o movimento punk no Brasil, 2 anos depois, que foi uma coisa muito brasileira. A gente conseguiu traduzir essa coisa do faça você mesmo para a nossa realidade naquela época.
A realidade brasileira ainda era de um país sob ditadura militar, e as primeiras gravações refletem isso.
Vozes que não marcham, polícias que não atiram, capazes que não protegem. É preciso mudar o sistema policial do que já estamos cansados. E agressão, agressão, repressão, agressão, repressão, agressão, repressão. Quando vai a liberdade, não importa, eu vou em frente. Não importa, eu vou em frente. Não!
Music is life, and life is not a business.
In our minds and in our hearts, we feel that hardcore music should stay out of big business and stay in the streets where it belongs. All you kids out there, always keep the faith. It's been a few years now. We're going strong. We've been through a lot of good and bad. Some gave up. They had no heart. For you and me, this world will tear us apart.